A staff sergeant in JHQ has launched an appeal to fund treatment which could save the life of his 4-year-old son, who's suffering from a rare form of cancer. Little Jamie Ingalls has neuroblastoma, which is particularly aggressive in children.
To prevent it returning after his chemotherapy, Jamie's parents hope he can have a supplementary treatment, but that's only available in America and costs £250,000. BFBS Reports has been to meet Jamie, who's still managing to smile.
This is the boy who's captured the hearts of all in JHQ. His nurses call him Prince Charming. Now his parents hope the wider military world will be moved to help one of its own in desperate need.
Do you feel now that you're different to when you looked there?
That's me when I was a little boy.
When you were a little boy? And you're a bigger boy now, aren't you? How old are you now?
I'm getting taller.
You're taller, that's right.
He's still developing and he's growing up, and so that would have happened anyway without having to deal with the neuroblastoma. But yeah, so and obviously there are things that he is missing out on. He should have started school or FS2 in September, so obviously, and he can't have so much interaction with young children because of the risk of infection, so there is a lot that he is missing out on, but we try to make up.
The life-altering news hit in April. 3.5-year-old Jamie just had a sore tummy. It was a tumour in his kidney, and the cancer had already spread to his femurs, bone marrow and the bones around his eyes. John was working in Catterick, and Vicky, who's a teacher in JHQ, was heavily pregnant, expecting baby Poppy.
It is tricky, and obviously when you're away from your families, that makes it sort of doubly harder. But we do feel lucky that we're in a military community, definitely.
The support they've received has overwhelmed the Ingalls, and the hospital care, although traumatic, is going well. But if the cancer comes back, it's much tougher to survive, particularly when children are already weakened. Specialised antibody treatment in the US could significantly reduce the chance of a relapse, but time is short. The immunotherapy has to be started within 90 days of high-dose chemotherapy finishing. So the money needs to be in by February. £250,000.
It's a huge target, and we first considered it seemed very depressing, but we thought we've got to be positive, we've got to go for it with the help from the community, from friends, etc. Anything's achievable, so we've just got to be positive and absolutely go for it.
Everybody is doing what they can here, but it won't be enough, we know that, so that's why we're trying every way possible to get this out and to raise awareness about the neuroblastoma, because there isn't that much information and support yet, and it's it affects 80 to 100 children. That may seem a small amount, but for 80 to 100 families to go through what we are. I read on the donation page that somebody made a donation and gave their child an extra hug that night because it could happen to them. It's your worst nightmare.
But this family is getting on with making the most of each day, and they all want to say thank you and
Happy Christmas!
And if you'd like to help keep Jamie smiling with a fundraising event or a donation, you can find out more on the family's webpage, which you can see on the screen now.